JB back again with a little tips video. It's been a few years since I actually did one on my own car, the Polo GTI. Now I came out here to wash it the other day because it's absolutely filthy, and I thought whilst I'm at it I'd fill the screen wash, because I was told by my lovely fiance that the screen wash bottler is empty. So filled it up, put my nice expensive screen washer's water in there, went to squirt it, absolutely nothing happened. Just no buzzing, nothing. So I thought, oh dear, we've got a problem here. So if this happens to you, and this applies to quite a few Volkswagens, this is probably where you want to start. You want to find out where the fuse is located. On the older ones, you go into the handbook, and if you're lucky enough to have the service pack, tips and maintenance book, fuse section, fuse diagram. Okay, these aren't always 100% correct, by the way, but it's telling me that the fuse box on the side of the dash, fuse 16, that one there, is your windscreen washer. So, side of the dash, use your key if you want, flick this out, fuse box cover, there's a fuse box. You want your ignition on. You can do this with a basic test light, which looks like this. You can do it with that. I'm not going to show you with that because mine, the LED is useless and you won't be able to see it light up. I sometimes need my glasses to see if it's working or not. So what I'm going to use is a multimeter, and I am, oh, by the way, you don't have to do it like this. You can just get the fuse clamp, go to fuse 16, pull it out, visually check it. So fuse 16, according to the diagram, top, third one in, third fuse in from the top. So I'm going to get my multimeter on the voltage setting, and I'm going to put the black onto a nice clean earth point, and there's dashboard bolts up there, perfect metal, grounded to the car. I'm going to get the red one, and I'm going to probe the little metal pin I can see on the fuse. I'm seeing 11.9 volts. I'm going to do it on the other side of the fuse, 11.9 volts. That means there is power contact going across the fuse. Okay, it's quite hard to hold my multimeter and do that, so you're just going to have to take my word for it that the fuse is fine. There's one more thing I forgot to mention. On some Volkswagen models, especially later, like I've got two 2008 Volkswagen vehicles, my Caddy, if you've got the bonnet open, your washers and wipers aren't going to work. Okay, you have to have the bonnet shut because the bonnet switch contact is wired into the circuit. Don't ask, I don't want to get too deep into it. Just make sure your bonnet is shut. On this car it doesn't matter. This will, this Polo GTI will actually let me operate the wipers and washers with the bonnet open. But a lot of people get confused when they're servicing them. They think that the washers and wipers have stopped working, but they still got the bonnet up. So anyway, let's get that out of the way. Make sure you got your bonnet closed and your ignition on, and you operate the switch like you normally would. Okay, you're pulling it right towards you. So once the car's safely jacked up, I've got two stands underneath, trolley jack under there. This plastic wheel arch liner I've just unscrewed. It had a load of these T25 screws all the way up in here, and the under tray down here. You can just undo the one side of the under tray, you don't need to remove it completely, and that can hang. And then there's a couple of screws under here, and then the wheel arch liner just lifted out like that. Okay, so all you need to do, wheel arch off, obviously the wheel off first. Here is a close-up of the pump. So the two hoses that connect at the bottom, the big plug on the top, like I said, the plug they've put on upside down, so the catch is at the front, so it's easier to lift the pump out to get onto the front of the catch. You want that plug off, and there's two electrical pins inside there that you need to be checking. So now that we're confident that the fuse is okay, the next step that we need to do is get to the motor itself to make sure that it's actually getting a feed battery voltage when the switch is operated. So I'll be getting someone in a second to turn the ignition on and operate the washer switch as if you're doing the windscreen washers. And then what I'm going to do is take the pump out. I can just pull it out the bottle. The plug is the other way round the catch. I've already actually unclipped it just now, but gently in here with a screwdriver, twist the screwdriver a little bit, the catch will open, pull the plug out, leave the dead pump hanging, we think it's a dead pump, and then I can see a wire with a red trace on it. I've got a multimeter here. You can use a test light, and you can just earth your test light clamp out onto a mounting point. You can just do it with one of these, so you can just bolt that to a cleanest earth that you can see. Get someone to operate the switch, and through one of these pins here you'll be getting a feed when they pull the switch. Okay. So I'm going to connect my multimeter up here in the plug, one into the negative, one into the positive. Let that hang a minute. And okay, when you're ready, turn the ignition on and operate the wiper switch, please. The washer switch towards you, please. There we go. See that? 11.8 volts. And off. 0. We now know the wiring's fine and the switch is fine. So that has confirmed that the motor is the issue. Rather than just waste money on a motor, and I've seen that done plenty of times, people just order washer motors and they've wasted their money because it's something else. So there you go, you've learnt a quick easy trick of how to diagnose it. Get your pump ordered. I got mine for about $30 Australian for a good reputable brand. And another tip, when you buy your new washer motor, see if the same suppliers can get you the small black grommet, which is what sits in the bottle here, because they can tear when you pull the pump out. Sometimes the seal will tear, but sometimes the seal will go in the bottle and be a complete nightmare to get back out again. So get a spare one just in case. The catches on the pump themselves are just flicked with a little screwdriver, and it lifts that up. Can you see that? So the catches just slide up, just gently flick them up, and then both sides, got a black and a white, take them off like that. Just remember the black one was on the left, and then I'm just going to get the bucket under here again. It's already drained the fluid earlier, otherwise it makes a mess all over the floor. And I'm just getting the grommet out, so that gets rid of that. Put that with the old pump right out of the way. Get the new grommet out. Make sure the bottle's nice and clean there. It normally is, because water's been gushing out of there. Let's give that a quick wipe with a cloth if you want. And then get the new grommet, which again looks like that. Pops in like that. You don't have to replace the grommet, but I've learnt that it's a pretty good idea for the extra $3 or whatever it was. Okay, new pump. Push down into the washer bottle. That one there came from that side. Be careful with these because there's tiny little O-rings in there and they can fall out, so just gently push it. If everything's good, you can clip them back in. If it doesn't want to clip down, don't force it. You probably dislodge the O-rings, so just carefully try again. Right, they've gone in there. Plug it in, and I'm going to fill it up with water, and we're going to see what happens. Well, just one more tip, sorry. Don't fill it up, just start with a bit of water, tip some in. Make sure you haven't got any leaks first, because you're going to put your nice expensive screen wash mixture in there and it could end up all over the floor. So what I'll do now, I'll just get my helper to go and operate it before I recover. Before I put everything back together and go, oh no, it doesn't work. Let's just test. We've got no leaks. Yep. Oh look. We have. Excellent. Okay. It's buzzing away. It's working. It's not leaking. Now I can put my wheel arch liner back on. Wheel back on. Remove all my jacking safety devices. And we are done.